You know, I've been having quite a lot of fun playing this children's card game. Throughout this past year, the meta has shifted drastically from Tri-Brigade and Drytron dominating the first couple of months, to Sword Soul and DPE straight terrorizing everyone's dreams. And you too.
Oh my god, bro.
Now we just have Branded Despia and Runick running around the place with a lot of other decks that are still completely viable, not Labyrinth. Despite what tier list people say, this format is really weird. It's weird because we're playing the TCG, but it's a couple of months behind with a ban list similar to the OCG. Does that sentence not sound weird to you? Think about it real quick. Pendulum Magician is good. Cyburst is good. FTKs are good. Dolce is good. The obvious bads are, of course, your anime decks, except Salad, and the true rogue options out there. What I'm trying to say is that despite what is the overwhelming amount of exposure that the top decks have, the meta is still very open to discussion. Plus, the year ends and the game's player count continues to drop. Here we are approaching the 1-year anniversary of this game's release, and there's only one question that comes to mind. No, not you. I'm gonna get to you and the other problem children later. What's next for Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel? Oh, and yeah, I guess Flu and Adventure were also a thing, huh? So now that I've posed the question, well, what is next for Master Duel? Let's start off with something that Konami has been doing, introducing formats. Konami seems to be listening to player feedback, but the way they implement things so far has been rather trash. This can be seen in them implementing an unrated format where you can use banned or restricted cards like Pot of Greed or Mystic Mine. However, all of these cards on that list are URs. Why would anyone craft these cards when they can only be used in a minor format? Especially with how hard URCP is to come by. It's like releasing a new official GOAT format, but in order to buy the cards, you have to spend Magic the Gathering's 30th anniversary edition box price just to have a chance to get the cards you want. No one is going to do that. The other attempt was introducing the team duels, which you would think upon hearing it that it's like 2v2 a tag duel, but no. It's just two teams battling for points in one-on-one duels to see who has the most in the end. So yeah, another attempt that was dead on arrival. The only interesting thing that can shake up Master Duel would be Konami adding a best of 3 format, which includes access to a side deck. This will probably be implemented as an event first to test out how it would work, kind of like a new Duelist Cup. I say interesting, but that would change Master Duel as a whole. What we have now is a best of 1 format, as everything is geared towards that. The way that rewards work in ranked, how the events play out, down to how everyone plays their decks. This will bring a resurgence of hand traps of various kinds and interesting tech cards. It will be good for the game's longevity to have a best of 3 format introduced, as those that want to play a best of 1 can have it, and those that prefer the authentic feel of Yu-Gi-Oh! By having a best of 3 can enjoy it as well. However, the balancing. Oh boy, the balancing. Might have to have a swift ban list in a lot of things right now. Speaking of ban lists, Konami, what are you doing? Hey, quick editing selection here. I was in the middle of editing the video and a ban list dropped literally about an hour ago. So yeah, that's kind of crazy. It's effective on January 10th. Wind Up got some buffs, but the important part is the hits. Card of Demise got sent to 2. Pot of Duality is at 2. Block Dragon is at 1. Supreme King Dragon is at 1. So the whole Adamantipator nonsense is very much not as effective. The Pendulum FTK is gone, but Aluber. They hit branded Despia. Aluber went from 3 to 2. They semi-limited Aluber. Wow, it's a consistency hit, but I was not expecting that. Jesus, that came out of nowhere. Damn, Konami does have the ball. But the greatest thing that came out of this was Kakari's at 2. Dude, Kakari is at 2. We're playing strikers. Oh boy. If there's one thing that people in this community love more than new selection packs, it's a ban list. Master Duel has had 6 ban lists compared to the 4 that the OCG has and 3 from the TCG this year. 6 is quite a lot when you look at it compared to the 2, but I understand why Konami is frequent when it comes to rolling out these ban lists. Because of how Master Duel is structured, these ban lists are needed to keep the game's health and flow in a constant cycle of things being strong while not being purely dominating. The reason as to why we haven't gotten hits to the top meta decks is because while they are at the top, Master Duel has options that neither the TCG nor the OCG have in terms of deck building, so the possibilities are there. You as an individual can hop on Master Duel, play ranked with your dad's favorite Blue Eyes deck, and reach Platinum without ever seeing an undisputable top tier deck. Sure, you're gonna get rolled by what is probably the next best thing, but have you noticed that? Master Duel has variety. So giving us a ban list, well, what has been almost every month since release does shake up this format quite a bit. Master Duel has had 3 impactful bans out of the 6, and if we take a look back at the bans, we can see that the first one implemented on May 8th aimed to hit some problem decks and exploits shown as the bots who were plaguing the game with DD Dynamite FTK decks, to hidden Ben 10 to 1 and Conquistador to 1 to tell Eldritch and Drytron stop. If we look at the OCG ban list, we can draw some similarities between the two. Here, in the OCG, January 1st, 2022, PK Torn Skills, Meow Moo, Crossout, Enchantress, Right, Faker, Emergence, and Metaverse were all the cards that got hit in the list, while Darkness Meadow was set to unlimited with a few others. Now in Master Duel, of course, they didn't implement these changes right away, but instead they dribbled them in over the following months. You know, funny enough, the hits that Master Duel did here are pretty close to the OCG, so those of you who are complaining that branded is unfair, well, buddy, let me tell you a tale about a tier 0 format that is soon to come. But no, not now. But yes, the 3 impactful ban lists were August 31st, 1. Rip Floodgates and VFT. September 30th. Yeah! Yeah, baby! Hulk got banned! Woo! Wait. Auroradon and Verte are still legal? What? They killed Adventure instead? No! Oh, and of course, the first ban list on May. Looking at the rest of them, they are following in line with the OCG, it seems. Huh. Guess those who hate branded are gonna get their wish after all. If that really is gonna stop it. Come on now. Ban lists are things that need to be thought out for the health of the game. Looking at the results from the in-game events that are done, I assume Konami chooses what to hit next on the ban list from the top 10 decks at the time and what the OCG has had. By doing this, it alleviates the stress of what is currently going around and can limit potential problems, as well for future selection pack releases. We can see this when DPE was coming out and they semi-limited Fusion Destiny to 2 and the hits to the Adventure Pack. We can take these OCG bans lists as loose guidelines for what's to come. Since Master Duel seems okay with pre-limiting cards before they come out, things can differ from the TCG and OCG as to what will be good or not. Unless it's Tear will be good, even with hits. No. I mean, look at the CCT Hangzhou 2022. Here we see that tier is still good even after they got hit with some nerfs and oh. Huh. This is what it feels like to be wrong. Ignoring that. Ban lists are a part of Master Duel's lifeblood, as they can make or break the current game. However, it is the player's fault as it is Konami's fault as well for the meta. It is a group effort, and in a game as unique as Master Duel, with more expression than the OCG and TCG, I feel like there should be more things that should be explored with this game. Personally speaking, I would love to see Pendulum Magician, not the FDK, get that shit out of here, rise up and be a threat. Adultery players just straight getting away with murder by almost FDKing somebody, to the live twins drinking some Sprite. What would I want to be banned? Get that Numeron nonsense out of here. It serves zero purpose and is blatantly unhealthy for this game. Floodgates? Oh, you guys are gonna need those soon. Runick? Damn, I mean, sure, you can hit like Fountain, I guess, if you really want to, and the pen FTK nonsense. Stop it. You know, speaking of needing things soon, when's the next selection pack coming, Konami? I am down bad for.
Oh Lord, he coming!
So, next year is gonna be insane, and that's putting it lightly. But the two people wanting the rest of the cards from Battle of Chaos that add up to a grand total of 6 cards, then congrats! You may be in luck. There are a couple of possibilities for what the upcoming selection pack could be. We can get a very disappointing 2 months of straight trash in the Battle of Chaos cards, or hear me out. Power of the Elements. Yeah, baby, we get Sprite, level 2 spam into Elf, into Gigantic, into Frog, into Pass, baby. Let's go! Let's not forget about the Runick variant that already has Hugin as their level 2 with all the frogs legal. Sprite is about to eat a very good amount when it comes out. Oh, and how can we forget about the tears that will come? The tears of your opponent. The tears of realizing that you actually have to pay attention. The tears of... Okay, yeah, I'm alluding to Tearlaments, and I'm excited if you can't tell. Is there any real need to introduce them? I mean, come on. Plus, look at her. You don't play Tear for the fact that it's a really strong, obnoxious, potentially skill issue plus L plus ratio type deck. You play it for her. Oh, and Mill 8 against your father's road deck that he has got to gold 5 with is gonna be funny. Getting back to it. Yes. They can group up these 3 packs in any way that they want, or better yet, just release all 3 of them at once. Battle of Chaos is such a minor addition, but Sprite and Tear are the ones that will be bringing Konami income, so... Guess we're now in the Tear waiting room then, huh? Master Duel is of course going to survive another year, and as it's the current mainline way to play an accessible format aside from paper. It's a little bit behind the TCG and has the backing of the OCG, so players from all around can just jump in and enjoy. It is a bit of a shame that Konami is rather slow when it comes to actually doing stuff with the game. Master Duel has the potential to be greater than it currently is and can compete with its paper counterparts. I mean, shit, did anyone watch the Master Duel Invitational tournament that happened? Just seeing 2 people roll their eyes and throw their hands upon normal summon a Luber, search Branded Fusion, activate Branded Fusion, chain Ash Blossom, change Call by the Grave happens, makes you feel right at home and a part of the experience. Hell, the most interesting deck that was shown was the Branded Tri-Brigade deck. I mean, how did you see those combos and setups? Stuff like that is what I mean about how flexible Master Duel can be. Konami just needs to take this game seriously and, I don't know, somewhat listen to player feedback. Maybe let us dismantle legacy cards. Nobody's gonna miss Junk Warrior. Hell, I'd even take it if they only gave us like 5 URCP. Just let us dismantle it. Crushed hopes that will never happen aside, I do have confidence that with this year, Master Duel will improve. Konami has been listening. Let's just see what they do and see. Let's just see what they do, and as we wait and wonder, what's next for Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel? I'd like to thank you all for watching this video and giving it a try. This is my first time doing a video like this and putting my voice in video, and it's a bit weird. I, of course, would appreciate feedback and hearing some ideas as to what you guys are thinking about for Master Duel. But yeah. Oh, and Merry Christmas, everybody. Stay warm.